You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, some things you just can't make up. In a world where you would believe that a rookie that is in the WNBA or NBA that is so blatantly struggling, with what should be a huge part of their game, that's hitting shots within 5 foot, you would think they would have all of their attention turned in one direction, trying to get better at the sport that they're playing, in which these kind of highlights exist, where you're literally taking 4 shots and stat padding four offensive boards. And of course, there's a section of some kind of fan base that is celebrating this. You would think you would be in the gym working on your game where this exists. This is a 3-point attempt from the other day during the Aces game. I have no idea what was going on here, but you get my point. There's some real deficiencies in Angel Reese's game, and you would think that person, that rookie, would have herself in the gym, and she would be constantly working on her craft. Now, keep in mind, she took off and went to Paris during the Olympic break instead of being in the gym. Now, look, Caitlin Clark went out and did some things too, but it was very clear when Caitlin got back that, she had done something and worked on her game. Well, Angel Reese is releasing her own show, her own podcast, and to say that sports fans are roasting this would be the understatement of the century. This just got released about an hour ago, and here we are. Let's watch it.
Angel Reese has been a blessing to girls basketball.
The most impressive rookie so far has been Angel Reese.
Look at all the brand deals that she has. The fame, the celebrity, and the newfound dollars.
I love that she's unapologetic. I love that she's authentic.
I feel like she's going to be a star.
Not only being the best on the floor, but also being unapologetically herself.
I got the keys to the kingdom. Ain't nobody stopping me now.
Yikes. Okay, so that was the trailer. I would rather have a root canal than sit through this, but frankly, it's going to be good for this channel. There is no telling what is going to fall out of her mouth on this show. Is there a reason why somebody wants to act this blatantly unlikable? It's odd to me, especially the entitled attitude at the end of the... I don't find that even remotely, I don't know. That's not an attractive trait that I would think somebody would want to have, but she seems to have embraced it, and a certain section out there has embraced it back. I don't get it. Angel Reese podcast tour dates as follows: 4 of 13, 3 of 15, 3 of 12, and 5 of 16. In case you're wondering what that is literal statistics of field goals that she's attempted and made in the last, say, 10 days. I kid you not. What in the world? I love when players have their own podcast and shit, but as a rookie, I just keep my head down and keep working on my game, but I get your money, I guess. I don't get it. I would think that too. Of course, this brought all kinds of roasting from the standpoint of what's this thing, but, we know it's called Unapologetically Angel. A lot of people are saying, is the podcast title Brick by Brick? We will not be watching. I mean, wow. Wow. We won't be there no matter what. Podcast name, Brick by Brick. Oh, God. No one is going to be watching this. I'm floored. Nobody is watching this garbage. That's crazy. She's so bad at basketball, she's looking for another profession. Guys, I cannot imagine how she thought this was going to be received, but it's getting crushed. Cheryl Swoops needs to be the first guest. Hey, I will say this. The Caitlin Clark episode would be the most viral sports podcast to ever drop. If I was her, I mean, my thing is I don't feel like Caitlin Clark is going to make herself available for this kind of crap. And I think this is exactly what you will see over time, why these two go in very separate directions in their careers. But if she could get Caitlin Clark on there, that would be the first guest I would try to have. Seriously, this guy asked, but what if they make the playoffs? Still going to be every Thursday? Question mark. If it ain't called Brick City, I'll be disappointed. God, I mean, guys, I mean, my God. Yeah, this is going to have so many viral clips. Seriously. It should be called the Queen of Rebounding My Own Bricks. Oh, you knew this was going to be bad. Another podcast from an athlete. I literally watched none of them. I watched none of them. Seriously. Hopefully her guest ask her why she's so bad offensively. Surprised she can fit this in between practice. Are we sure they're practicing at this point? I mean, there's yesterday's stat. Angel is the worst finisher in the league. There's no way. I just can't. Bounding and compounding would be more fitting. This guy just says, ew. You knew it was going to be bad. So let's get this straight. Reese has the offensive game of a janitor at a YMCA, decides to head to Paris to take pics and be an influencer instead of working in the lab and watching film. Returns and sucks worst on offense and starts a podcast. This one does not love ball. You knew this was going to get ugly. There was going to be roasting involved, and there most certainly is. Guys, we could have went on for 3 hours. I mean, we could have went on for 3 hours of all things. I saw her say something about, I've got a big announcement coming, and I was like, oh, man, she got herself another sponsorship. That I guess I could understand. Guys, I really like Baker Mayfield, but one of the things that I think he looks back on is remember all the commercials that Baker had when he got into the NFL? And I think there's been some things about the fact that I think he might have rather have laid away from those commercials while working on his craft. Now, I think Baker's made a hell of a comeback, and you guys know he's one of my favorite folks to talk about on this channel, one of my favorite athletes to talk about. But, I mean, man, she's got massive offensive deficiencies in her game, and her head's not even in it. I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, you can tell she's got physical talent, but it's still a pro sport, and the craft has to be honed in on. You've got one player that's got the mentality, and you can tell it, of Tom Brady, and another one that's like, I don't know, maybe this is the second coming of Gilbert Arenas. I mean, I seriously. All the talent in the world, can't hang in there. I don't know. I don't get it. And some people love this kind of thing. I would rather have my ass kicked than have to listen to an athlete's podcast. Seriously. Now, if there's a real host and they're an ex-player, fine. Active player, I just don't get into it. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.